Genius. Shall we talk about some? Should we talk about healing past traumas, freeing yourself? I was reading Gospel of Thomas. There's a line in it that is one of my favorite lines from the Bible. So it says something like, "If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you don't bring forth what is within you, what you don't bring forth will destroy you." See, we can only be defined by our past if we choose to. Otherwise, we can liberate ourselves from it. Our bodies are so smart. When we're children and you go through these very deep emotions, trauma, betrayal, abandonment, all kinds of things that kids can go through. And all those emotions they create these neuropeptides. I was reading about that. And I was listening to, what is his name? Greg something. Greg B something. One of you guys sent me a video. I was watching it. This morning. So we have these neuropeptides that are constantly released every time there's a very strong emotion. These chemicals, the emotional chemicals that are installed in our body. So when we do this work and we go through traumas or emotions, we can cleanse ourselves from it as it comes. Right? We have the tools. We're practicing with these tools. We're embodying it with constantly focusing on our new state of being, upgraded personalities, choosing to have a better genetic destiny. But when you're children, you don't have it. And our bodies are smart enough that it just installs all those peptides, those neuropeptides in you. And depending on what trauma you went through, it'll choose an energy center and it'll put it in there for you. So later in your life, you can choose to do what you want with it. But it wants to make sure you remember it so that you can then choose to see if you want to have those experiences again and again, or do you want to learn from it and make sure they don't happen again. So when we start doing this work and we start to liberate energy through breath work or through these blessings of the energy centers, we start to process those peptides out. And a lot of that comes out with secretions, right? Sweat, tears. Have you guys ever had some funny taste that just shows up in your mouth, like metallic taste? Your urine starts to smell funny after a very deep meditation or breath work, because you're just liberating, you're processing things out. You are getting over your traumas. You are breaking the chains of your past. You're breaking the emotional connection to it. And when you remove the connection, emotional charge from your past, that's when it turns into wisdom. I heard this quote Wisdom tells me I am nothing. Love tells me I'm everything. And between the two, my life flows. Forgot who the quote is from, but I like it. It's important for us to keep freeing ourselves, going back from matter to spirit, going back from unreality to reality. So many people are trying to change the hologram so they can feel different. They can feel high emotions. And if you end up doing that by chance, lucky. But that's not how reality works. Well, guys, I'm going to North Carolina tomorrow. I'll be gone for a week or 5 days. I'll talk about a few things while I'm driving. It's going to be a beautiful drive, but I'm driving. I choose to drive this time. My beautiful North Carolina mountains. We'll be going all the way up to the mountains. I'll show you guys. And depending on what I end up doing, I'll share what I can. Keep becoming more light, less particle, more wave, less matter. Sometimes after a really, really good meditation, I start walking and I feel weightless, completely weightless. I feel like if I stepped outside the house, I might fly away with breeze. It's interesting when you start to find out what is possible. Things that swamis and yogis and shamans can do. Things that you would think that the documentary people would be all about it, all after it. I don't know why they don't. But I will slowly start to talk about it, perhaps in my inner circle, in my community, during the Q&As that I don't record. The ones that I do will still be there, but I'm being careful with some of the things that I'm sharing because you have to have a certain level of an open mind to see the truth so bizarrely from such a high awareness frequency. And if you skip some of the levels of your evolution through this work, and somebody shows you, oh, look, what else is possible? Look what I just experienced. Look what those yogis have experienced. And the gap between it could be pretty dramatic. You might almost just like, ugh, you know? You have to slowly unfold the truth so you can see it and digest it. You can process it better. So that's why I think sharing those on YouTube would be a bad idea. But in my community, yes, we talk about silly things, all kinds of crazy stuff. Especially after meditation, when you're in this beautiful trance and you're in this surrender mode and you're in this acceptance state, and then I can share some things and everybody goes, ooh, you know? Yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts. And sometimes in a very deep trance or some meditative state, I'll pick up 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 or I'll pick up a Bible or I'll just open it in random spots or I'll look at some of the books that I go over over and over again, and I'll just pick random spots, and I'll end up reading something, and it's just it almost as if you can read beyond the veil, you can see beyond it, you can see the wisdom in it. It reveals itself to you in a way. Because you're so connected at that point that it just comes to you. And if you are in a coherence, and if you're in a brain and heart coherence, or just heart coherence, you ask questions. And you better be prepared to get an answer, because heart gives it to you like it is, very objective. And the answers reveal themselves to you. So sometimes when I don't know what to ask for, I'll go through these books and I'll go through these religious texts, and I'll just allow it to reveal itself, reveal the hidden treasures within it. When you're in coherence, it happens, and it is magical. So give it a shot.